Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office. I have a wire. It's from this company here called coolnovelties.co.uk, and they make various things, and one of them is cables, as you can tell. And this is a wire for an Atari ST. It's a DIN to SCART, and I'm just going to check it out. I'll plug it in. I want to sort of test it out. I did order a SCART to HDMI adapter we'll be testing out in the future, which may or may not do RGB, so may or may not work. First of all, the quality actually feels really good. Look at that. It's got the weird pin out that's quite awkward to find, so they've managed to source that connector. It's even got the locking mechanism on it. That's really excellent. I actually have never seen one with the locking mechanism. Brilliant. Also, really nicely, has the audio built into the wire, so that it's all going to be coming down through to the SCART. But what I really wanted to check was what was inside the SCART, because it's not sort of a sort of direct one-to-one output from the Atari ST on its RGB. You do need some additional components to sort of tune it properly. So there ought to be some resistors in here if I can get this shell open. So far it's not cooperating, but let's try with our tool of doom. So I've undone the locking nut here. Let's zoom in so we can have a closer look. Just going to try to separate it here on an edge. I'm wondering if it's glued. If I slip now I might stab myself. No, it's not glued, but it's a nice tight fit. That's really good. Some good quality component there. I think I'll have to do the same on this side. It's a really tight interference fit of these pins, but that's excellent. That's exactly what you want. Yeah, I can see them. So underneath this heat shrink you can see there's these bulges, and that's actually resistors. So these resistors are put in line to sort of adjust the levels to make them appropriate with the TV. Some of these will be sound, probably most of these are video. So I think that looks great. I'm very happy with that. This was about £13 or £12, something like that. Incidentally, the same cost as the SCART to HDMI adapter. So it's quite an expensive cable, but it does look quite long. I think it's at least a couple of, well, a metre and a half or something. Yeah, 2 meters right there. So the only thing left to do is plug it into the TV and see how it fares. I've just managed to plug this bloody thing in the back of the telly. I don't know why they make it so difficult, but we'll get it into the back of the Atari right now. It's a bit dark in here, a little bit blurry. It won't focus. Turn it on. Fine. TV remote control. Just step back a bit. Let's have a look. On it goes. Atari ST not going on because I didn't turn it on at the wall. It is on now though. You have to keep your Atari ST, by the way, in a box of other Atari STs in a massive pile. That's the best way to keep it. That's the best way for its functionality. Right, SCART 1. No. SCART 2. Oh, it worked. Eureka. That's a bit groovy, isn't it? So I'm just going to try that out. Yeah, it looks really stable, actually. The picture is surprisingly good. There's a weird little hum. Oh! And there's a weird little hum because, of course, I haven't plugged in the audio wires. And if you've got an Atari STE, you'll need this version of the lead because this version of the lead actually has the audio connectors. On any other Atari, like Atari STE FM, they don't have the sort of sound on that, so it won't really make any difference. Great, so I'm going to switch the disc button here. If you remember in the previous video on this thing, we're going to try to load up a game, and I think I've got a game on 1 or 2. Let's try 2. We'll turn it off, turn it on. Oh, look at that. Look how fast it is when you use these disc emulators. You can hear it churning away. It's driving the getting the game off the pen drive, and it's actually Dungeon Keeper, at least it should be. You can hear it. Well, you could when it was accessing the disc. That's the little speaker that's fitted. There you go. You can hear the beeping. It's on the address line for the data. Not so fast at this point though. I wonder how big this game was. Dungeon Keeper. So there's a little bit of noise, but I think that noise is inherent in all these old systems. I don't think it's just down to the lead. It's just a bit... you can hear it. It's just a slight hum on the audio from the internal components of the Atari ST. I'm trying to hit the buttons. Nope. Ooh. Enter. Oh, it's loading again. As you could tell, it worked well. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to be playing some Atari ST now. I've got that floppy drive emulator. I think a bit of Dungeon Keeper and maybe some Laser Squad tonight. Please leave any comments down below. Did you have an Atari ST, by the way? Fantastic machine, wasn't it? Better than that horrible Amiga. Like and subscribe if you're that way inclined. And as ever, thanks for watching.